comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are healed by faith. Now I believe there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are healed by faith. Now I believe. Oh,
Here we go. Hi, welcome to ReneMarie Stroke of Luck. I'm ReneMarie, and excuse me, I'm just forgot to quiet my. I don't know why it's still
cell
on.
phone.
My phone. Wow. Okay. So welcome to ReneMarie Stroke of Luck. I'm ReneMarie, and of course this is Judy Marlowe, the co-host. Yay!
Hi.
We have.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. And Jim, of course, a back engineer.
Hi, Jim.
Yay! So this is an exciting show for us because this takes a little time to reflect on our accomplishments. The 5 years of the Stroke of Luck internet TV show, the first 3 years with Madhouse TV. Thank you to Tommy and Janine and to everybody on the Madhouse team. You were a gift to us to use this internet template to touch the world with our mission. Our mission is to bring stroke and aphasia awareness to the entire world and to really change the course of people thinking that it happens only to your grandparents. It doesn't. It can happen to any specific time, at any single time, and really can change your life. It changes your life. Sometimes for the better because you become aware of the reality of life, the fragileness of life. Sometimes for the difficult times where you can't recover as well. But we want to bring some hope to you that there is stroke, there is life after recovery.
Definitely is.
Yes, and Demont, one of our family members, always says that. There's life after stroke, life after stroke. So if there's any stroke patients out there or aphasia patients, which I just sent this as I've shared it with all of you. Please join us today in sharing your story. We'd love to hear your story. And if we can't get to you today because there's too many, we'll certainly get back to you. Judy will certainly get back to you.
You can count on that.
Yes, and connect with you to be a part of our show or a part of our telethon. That's the next thing. Our 5th annual telethon is about to rock and roll on May 5th. 2019. We're unsure of the exact time. I believe we ran it last time from 10 until 3. I think it was 10 till 3 last time, which is 3. No, I think it was 9 to 3. It was 6 hours. So that's probably the time zone, but by next week we'll definitely have that targeted in. We're so excited about the telethon. We have Miss Connecticut. What's her name, Judy? Bridget Oei? O-E-I? That's how you say it?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so it's Bridget O-E-I. She is an incredible. Jim, could you show this photo? You're showing the photo? That's awesome. So she is
Miss Connecticut.
Miss Connecticut, but she was on the Miss America. She actually is the runner-up. She was on Miss America, And she was being interviewed as the last 5 contestants on Miss
Yes.
America. And she was talking about her platform.
And it was about stroke.
It was about strokes. So I rewound the TV channel and videotaped it and sent it to my team. And Virginia Warner, who is also a stroke patient, also Miss Senior America.
I believe it's 2014.
Right. So she's in Senior America. I said, Virginia, Ginny, reach out and get her. Actually, she said on the show that she was asked, like, what she would want to invent, I believe. And she said she'd want to come up with an app that supports in strokes to make people aware of the stroke signs, because she had a friend that she didn't know the signs until it was too late. And that's her mission. So, of course, when we reached out to her, she was so gracious, and her team was so gracious that they're going to be here live in the studio that day for our telethon. So we're really very excited about that, to have to offer her this platform as well.
And this is your 30th anniversary since you had a stroke.
30th anniversary of my stroke. And that is surreal to me, because it has been, I believe it's been a stroke of luck that I've had the experience, because strokes and illnesses in my world should be considered experiences, that you don't give too much power to it. And it's been a blessing. It's been a difficult ride.
You also had aphasia.
I had aphasia. I remember being in the rehabilitation for my aphasia, and I remember looking at the book and not being able to say "the boy ran," like just looking at it and and not being able to say it. Just think about.
But you knew what it meant. You just couldn't say it.
I'm not sure at that particular time. You know, when a stroke is a brain attack, and it's almost like in computer language, your brain gets defragmented and it gets all tangled up. So you have to kind of lovingly and gently and very slowly and very softly try to help that aphasia patient or that stroke patient to really get back to but it's hard because you're in this place where your life is disheveled, your family is scared around you, and we as pure-minded, not people that have suffered strokes, and I could consider myself that now, but we understand that they have to do the work, and we on the stroke side have to really defragment our brains. So how do you get them to understand that?
Well, first of all, the family and the people surrounding the family have to be very positive.
Yes.
They have to enforce positive actions towards the patient, because if not, if they're going to be negative and say things like, hope this doesn't happen to me or something like that, it's not going to help the patient to recover.
Yeah.
You have to say, you can do this, you're going to get better.
But I think you have to also do it in a very soft and gentle way. That's how I needed it.
Yes.
Your brain is, you got this frightened, you're in a frightened state, and you can't, and things that come at you harshly, even if it's a nice thing, it could scare you.
I remember when my dad had a stroke, I constantly every day told him he's going to get better, and it's going to take a little time, and we're going to do this or we're going to do that.
Yeah. So it's very exciting. 30 years, I really cannot believe that it's been 30 years, and I'm just honestly blessed, and I hear God say to me all the time, like, just keep doing your work, doing your work. Jim, did you put my extra in my extra? Before I get to that, before you put my photo up, I see Dr. Michael Evangel is watching us today.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Dr. Mike.
Hi.
How are you? Dr. Mike has a TV show coming up. It's called Dr. Mike. Super Mike, right? Dr. Mike, share with us the name of your show, the exact name, if you get a moment. But Dr. Mike is one of our partners, and he has this tourmaline with Fred Dumbrower, and tourmaline is just an herb, an organic mineral that brings healing, and it is incredible. Actually, I have my scarf over there which has tourmaline in it, and when I put it around me, it makes me feel very warm. So and it helps me heal. So that's why I wear it all the time. So while Dr. Mike is looking for that, good morning, Eva. How are you? I haven't seen Eva. Eva Petrucci is a friend of ours as well, old family friend. And her brother Joey was a really supporter of my singing career. So hi Eva.
Hi Eva.
How are you? So Jim, put my photos up. My photo up. My extra inning photo. So while we're on the subject about my 30 years, I'm in the process of writing my book.
I'm really excited about this. I can't wait for it to come out.
I know, it's very exciting.
An extra inning?
Extra inning, it's called. And I really haven't, what I'm doing right now is just writing it. And then I'll fine tune it. And I really do believe that it will be, a book that brings hope to people and shows them that anything is possible when you believe. And of course, I have great faith, and I believe there's a God, and I believe, I've been a Catholic all my life, but that doesn't mean that I actually love all faiths. I
know you do.
Yeah, it's just incredible. Judy,
you fill the room with love wherever you go, with brightness and love.
Oh, thank you, Judy. But that's the truth. That's what we have to do. But my photo, if everybody could see it on the screen, is actually when I was in high school, and I was diving for a ball, and but this photo means has a more significant meaning, because if you look at it, in the right hand side there's a little guy kneeling down watching, and that's my grandfather Gagaya. And he has been a guardian angel for me. So it's very prevalent that I have him on the cover of the book, because I always do believe that we're guided and we have faith, and faith gets us through so many things. It gets us through so many things, because when you have difficulties in your life, or you have illnesses, you don't know what's to come.
I know.
You don't know. My friend Michelle, who thank you, Michelle and Peter Brannigan, for and the only reason I'm saying this is because they publicized it on Facebook. Is this is a quick story. They purchased from Peter, Michelle's husband, purchased for me and Michelle to go see what's her name, Lauren Diego. Last night we went to Carnegie Hall.
Oh,
that's why Jim, you didn't get the timeline until this morning, but Peter was gonna go with us into the city. He was gonna drive us in, and Michelle and I were gonna go to the.
I saw a photo of you and Michelle.
Yes, we were gonna go to the show, and Peter was gonna hang out. Well, this week Peter suffered a heart attack.
Oh no!
So, and the reason I say that is because, it just brings us back to how fragile life is, and how you really need to love one another. You're talking about the fact, and it's hard. It's hard to always be in that love mode.
You are.
But sometimes it's harder than other times. Right,
yes.
Jim? Sometimes it's harder than other times to just be in that love mode, because people are difficult.
How is he now?
He's much better. He's home.
Oh, thank God.
He's much better. And we were texting him and, Facebooking him, and, when we did. So thank you so much for the gift. This is my first time at Carnegie Hall.
Wow.
Have you been to Carnegie Hall?
Not yet.
Oh my God. Well, you guys are welcome to come, because on my vision board, that's where I'm going to be performing.
Nice.
Definitely.
That's where I'm going to be performing. So
We're going to be in the first row.
yes. Well, there are. If you look at Carnegie Hall, there's theater seats, and then there's like those private seats. You guys could be in the private seats in the front, where we'll have like guards there, not allowing it. and then after the show, you guys could come backstage. To before and after.
I like it.
But it was a good. She's a Christian artist, and everybody in that theater was so hopeful and loving and inspiring. It was an incredible evening.
Wow.
And so thank you, Michelle and Peter, for that opportunity. So the last 5-year anniversary we're celebrating today is our 5th year of our foundation.
Yes.
So in a quick story is when Bobby and I, which thank you to Bobby for
Bobby Baby Walker for introducing me to Michelangelo, and Bobby's the one that actually Michelangelo's the one that knew Tommy and Janine, that got the whole ball rolling. So that's just, thank you, Michael.
Yes, that's just really a significant story, because it just believes that when you make connections and you just follow your guidance and you talk to people and you're open for things, which I wasn't too open for doing the show when I was talking about the telethon, but that's a whole other story. But the truth was, we had the telethon set in stone.
But you have to have a TV show if you're not, before you have a telethon.
Yeah, but you have to have a foundation to.
You have to have the foundations.
So people have somewhere to donate the money to, So it was incredible, and we're really very happy. And before I go on to my next subject, I really want to take this opportunity for thanking Sharon Bean. Sharon Bean she's with the American Stroke Association, and that is why we always partner with the American Stroke Association for our telethons. They've been involved with every telethon we've had, and I always believed, and my foundation always believed, that we are the front faces of the showcase, of bringing information, of everybody.
Right.
We've branded ReneMarie Stroke of Luck, but we wanted to really have an impact in the what's it called, in the
stroke world.
Yeah, but like to find out why strokes happen, and in the what is it called? Not investigation. The medical side. We are not doctors, so we always put on it that that the money is specifically to go towards that. So when you donate to our telethon, you're not only helping us to broadcast on
bring the awareness to the public.
You're also helping the American Stroke Association educate and do some research. That's the word I was looking for. Research on strokes, and aphasia. So it's very, very, very important. And I'm very proud of the 5 years we've had. It's been an incredible. And Jim, last year we pulled it together in 6 weeks. Jim was like, okay.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah, we got it. No problem. So that's where we're at.
It's, Renee, right around that same time, I took on another show from California, and they needed 10 videos played during their show.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah. I'm doing a telethon.
Yeah. The telethon. I mean, you have no idea how intense on the back end of telethon is. I think next year I'll video record everything it takes to put on a telethon. God. And you'll see the back end. And I mean, Ryan and Kelly do that now. They come out the back and they show everything that's happening. And so, but it's pretty remarkable where we're at, and but as I said in my press release, we like to reflect.
Yes.
And it's very important to reflect, have much gratitude but let's not stay here too long.
We
Let's
gotta
get it
move
over
on.
today, and
let's-
and let's rock and roll.
Let's talk about the mission that we want to accomplish with the centers, the stroke centers.
Oh, I think that's our legacy.
Yes.
That's my legacy. And the truth is, like I said, I'm not sure like how that's gonna manifest. Like, I need to stay open to the different opportunities that are out in the world. But the vision is to have centers like what's the New Beginnings? Is that the center in Long Island? New Beginnings, I believe.
Yes.
For that does that for head injuries, and the Adler's Aphasia Center in Maywood, New Jersey. They have centers where people can go for recovery.
And their insurance should not be a factor. We're looking forward to having doctors and nurses and health care professionals volunteer their time at the centers to help these people.
And we need sponsors, of course, for all that. But the truth is, my vision and Judy's and my foundation vision is, yes, you do have to worry about insurance. You do have to worry about politics. You do have to worry about all that stuff. But we're going to have people on staff to take that away from the family's burden. Because the family's burden is to show love to their family member and to help them to recover. Because you need the love around you when you're shattered and you have this fear in you of the unknown which had happened to you. I vividly remember laying in the bed, being present, being aware, but not being able to share that with my family, and seeing my father's concern on his face. I don't remember my sister there, but I do remember my father there. And it's just you have no idea what's to come. You have no idea what's to come. So it's very scary, very, very scary. So our missions are to bring stroke and aphasia awareness with, of course, thank you to Jim, Village Connection, and thank you to Madhouse TV. And actually, we have begun to support people at recovery centers.
Yes.
We're going to start going to rehabs and singing, going room to room singing, called Lift Our Voices. My vision is to take a portion of this show and to broadcast it on syndication, to broadcast it on Cablevision, on Verizon, on mainstream, maybe on Apple, on Netflix, wherever we can get it, because we have a purpose, and that's to bring stories to you, and stroke and awareness, and stroke and aphasia awareness, and really our show and our foundation is faith-based. That doesn't mean that we choose any faith, because we know that we're all people, and we're all...
And anybody could have a stroke at any time,
That's
even
right.
an unborn baby.
Yep. And it could be in Russia, or...
Could be anywhere in the world at any moment.
Yeah, and that person that's in Russia or in China or in... I don't know why Russia... Of course, Russia came to my mind at first because of what's going on in the world. But or Japan, or, down at the beach, or, when they suffer stroke, they don't really care about politics, to tell you the truth. They're just worried about recovering. And those are the people that we want to really touch on. So,
and we want to bring hope through love and music.
Yes. So our second mission statement is to have an annual telethon, which we've complied with that 5 years. This is our 5th annual telethon. But this is the one that really is, we've been complying with it, but we want to broaden this. We want to help those that their insurance has run out, and how can they continue to get recovery when their insurance has run out. And that's a part of our legacy centers, to have people be able to come and
to get the help that they need.
Right.
And not have to worry.
Right. Even if it's 5 or 6 or 7 years down the road.
Right.
Because I still need
It takes
help.
a long time to recover from stroke.
When you have a stroke, it could take forever. You may need continuous ongoing. And when Michael Fitzpatrick was here, Assemblyman Michael Fitzpatrick, he was talking about it, and I understand the business side as well.
Right.
I understand that that where are you going to get the money? So that's where,
and that there's a lot of causes that also want money.
Yes. But our vision is to touch people that are not supporting somebody that has the money and is looking for some place to support and partner with. And I believe that there's people out there. I believe there's people out there.
Definitely is.
And I mean, I know that the owner of Whole Foods, he's not the owner anymore. He sold it to Amazon, I believe. Just sold it to Amazon. But the owner of Whole Foods, his mother suffered a stroke. So, like, people like that, it's like, okay, you have a really tie to us. Like, would you consider helping us with this?
Right.
So it's pretty important stuff we're doing. Pretty important stuff. And I am not one very good for asking for money. I'm not good. But when it's not for me,
it's not
it's
for
purpose.
us. It's for a purpose to bring the awareness, to be able to open centers and basically to help people who are suffering from a stroke. And the rehabilitation part is very difficult.
Yeah. Judy, I'm going to let you do your spotlight segment, and I'm going to get off and take a drink of water.
Okay.
Because I'm coughing again. But Judy has a spotlight segment that really talks about the symptoms and really the challenges that could bring on a stroke, like high blood pressure, diabetes. So she just wants this opportunity to, bring awareness. That's what our show is about. Our show is about bringing awareness, telling stories, really making a difference in the life, and really for you to see that it's not your grandparents that suffer a stroke. I'm going to be right back.
Okay. Strokes usually happen to people without any notice. And it can be scary and a life-threatening event. If stroke doesn't cause death, it will cause many other issues. It may take a long time to recover, if recovery is possible. And these issues are loss of muscle movement, complete paralysis, trouble swallowing or talking, memory loss, difficult thinking clearly, trouble with reasoning and understanding, emotional issues, pain, numbness, sensitive to temperature changes, change in behavior, and inability to care for yourself. Here are the 8 reasons strokes happen: high blood pressure, tobacco, heart disease and diabetes, heavy drinking, lack of exercise, medication, and age. Anyone at any time could have a stroke. As I said, it could be an unborn baby right through to the senior citizen. Anyone at any time. And high cholesterol. Stroke symptoms are fatigue, unusual vision problems, usually in one eye, one arm becoming weak or numb, slurred speech, dizziness, trouble thinking, severe headache or migraine, trouble walking, inability to put both arms in the air without one of them dropping down or drooping down, and half of your face drooping. 8 warning signs of a stroke that you should not ignore: loss of consciousness, fainting, being short of breath, being disoriented, having the hiccups, being agitated, more agitated than usual, being in pain, and abrupt changes in behavior. How do you prevent a stroke? Control your high blood pressure. Lower the amount of cholesterol in your diet. Avoid tobacco, and even avoid secondhand smoke. Manage your diabetes. Lose weight or maintain a healthy weight. Eat healthy foods. Exercise on a regular basis. Consume alcohol in moderation or not at all. Avoid recreational drugs. Take medication to treat heart disease. And this one I love. Eat dark chocolate daily.
I like that one too.
Some final thoughts. Strokes are normally completely unexpected. The longer it takes to get medical treatment, the more damaging the stroke. An example of this is one of our guests who shared his story was Bob Mandel. Bob Mandel was coming home from work. His wife was a teacher, and she was going to a meeting after class. And he wasn't feeling well, and he decided to go to the doctor, who examined him and thought he possibly had a cold or something. Nothing to worry about. He came home. He lived in Connecticut in a duplex. He went upstairs. He started to feel worse. He looked in the mirror, and he saw his face was drooping. And he realized that his speech was beginning to, he was slurring his speech. He went to the phone and called 911 and said, "My name's Bob Mandel. I live in this duplex, the address. I'm having a stroke, but don't come." Okay? Now that was very foolish of him to say, but he wasn't really thinking clearly, and 911 operators didn't come. Then he realized he's upstairs and he has to get downstairs, and he can't walk anymore. He rolled himself down a flight of stairs, very dangerous, and then he passed out. A few hours later, he heard his wife coming in, and she looked at him and she said, "Oh my God." She calls 911, and 911 says, "Oh, Mrs. Mandel, you're home." That's ridiculous. They should have come right away. You need help immediately. Because of this, because of the delay, it took him about 18 years to recover. He is now president and founder of, I think it's Stroke Recovery Foundation, and he's living down in Florida now. So call 911 immediately. Give them the facts and make sure they come. And tell them that this person, if it's you, "I'm having a stroke," or if it's somebody in your family, they're having a stroke, so that the ambulance people know about it. The stroke numbers are 6,000 people in New York will annually die from strokes. 795,000 people nationwide who are affected by strokes each year. 129,000 people across the country will die annually from strokes, and 34 billion is the number nationwide medical and rehab costs for stroke. And I want to finish with a news article that was in Newsday on December 9th. And they were talking about Stony Brook Hospital investing $2.2 million for 2 mobile emergency ambulances stationed at the Long Island Expressway exits in Suffolk County, with goals of reducing disability and improving stroke survival rates. Those mobile units are equipped with CT scanner that will determine if a patient has a blocked vessel or bleeding from the brain. The rolling emergency rooms will hit the road in March and carry a crew of stroke first responders in vehicles containing state-of-the-art brain imaging equipment and pharmaceuticals. Each unit will have a critical technologist on board. These mobile units will be stationed in Suffolk County at the Long Island Expressway exits 57 in Icelandia, and another one at exit 68 in Shirley. And I think this is a wonderful idea. It's happening in March. I think that other hospitals should think about it, and we should have more of this across the country. Thank you.
Yay! So really, Judy's very good at giving details and information, and she does her research and stuff. And those types of statistics are really important. I remember that I was on board with the American Stroke Association because they were advocates for the telemedicine. Telemedicine is kind of a Skyping with the patients, when you have a stroke, because time is of the essence. When someone suffers a stroke and you don't know when it started, I mean, it really is very important to have that telemedicine, especially in rural areas where it takes 2 or 3 hours to get to the hospital or an hour to get to the hospital.
One of our upcoming guests, Stephen, he was feeling dizzy. He had a headache. He just wasn't feeling well. He got in his car and started to drive.
Wow.
And it got so bad, he had to pull over and text his girlfriend or call his girlfriend and say, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. But
you shouldn't drive. But if you're driving and this happens and you happen to be on the Long Island Expressway, you've got some options.
Yeah. But yes, and the truth is that, what I don't think that people would understand is, like you said with Bob, when you suffer stroke, it's a brain attack, like I said. So you don't actually...
You're not thinking
clearly. Your brain has been attacked.
Right.
And it's been disheveled. So you don't know the degree. And the longer that it takes to get help. The longer it takes to recovery. And sometimes people aren't recovering.
And he was more worried about leaving, that they'd have to break the door down and the house would be open, than he was about his own life.
Yeah, but once again, he wasn't thinking clear.
He wasn't thinking
clear. And that's where aphasia comes in. And that's why I think it's very important. It's why when I decided to do the foundation, I really wanted to do strokes and aphasia, because aphasia is a part of strokes. And everybody in different degrees suffers from aphasia when they have a stroke, because it attacks the brain. Now a TIA, I'm not sure.
Transit attack, TIA.
Yes, TAI. So when that happens, maybe it's a mini stroke. It's actually a wink that you need to go to the doctor. But the telemedicine is so important. It's so important. And really, the American Stroke Association are wonderful advocates. And once again, that's why we always go back to our telethon is the biggest fundraiser of ours a year. And the American Stroke Association is a part of that. It'll always be a part of it, because we want to make sure that we're making an impact not only in the stroke awareness, but we're making an impact in the research for strokes.
Being a member of New York Senior America, class of 2005, I discovered that some of my classmates who were in the pageant, and some of them, one of them that was a queen, had a stroke. For instance, Virginia Werner.
Wow. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Virginia Werner was 2014. And Deborah Holly, she wasn't one of the queens, but she had a stroke. We've got some people from Senior America who have entertained at our, and we're very thankful about it. We've got Maureen Griffin, who is the Ms. New York Senior America 2018, who's going to be singing at our next telethon.
Yes.
And we have, I do not have this complete list, unfortunately. I worked on it and left it home.
Oh, God. We have so many wonderful entertainers.
But we have Leanne Brill, who's been on the show a number of times, is Ms. New York Senior America 2017. Terry George, who has been
she's a singing banker.
Yes. Maureen Sutton, which was Ms. New York 2001.
Yeah.
Sang at our...
And actually, we're having a Spanish singer as well.
Yes. Alicia Moss, I believe her name is.
But that's very, very, very important for me because, as you know, I am Cuban and my mom is teaching in Mexico. So it would be really important to have someone and do a segment of the telethon in Spanish to be able to touch the world with somebody else, so with another
and
area.
she emailed all the Cameo sisters a couple of days ago to talk about some shows she was doing. And she mentioned that she's going to do some Spanish ones. Well, I called her right away.
Yeah.
I emailed her and called her, and I asked her to send, because I hadn't heard her sing, and she sent me some music and her singing and told me about her websites and whatever. And I said, you're invited. You're a special guest, and we're going to do a Spanish segment.
Yes.
And she's very excited.
Yes, good. I'm very excited about that, Jim. Right. So this will be our second or third Spanish.
I think it's our second.
We've had.
So it's good. And my mom is traveling in from Mexico around Easter time. So I'll see if we could pop into the studio. Yeah.
Oh, that's fabulous. Yeah, it was great meeting you.
Yes. So go ahead. You have anything
else? The other thing I wanted to say is you did a whole show in Spanish.
Yes.
And then you did a show in English. Mm-hmm. It was the same day. It was
yes. But that was when my mom was in town.
Yeah.
But actually, we also did one from the Madhouse TV. You probably didn't see it, Jim, but a nurse practitioner who had suffered a stroke was of the Spanish, and she actually came on and whatever we were saying, she was describing in Spanish and educating.
And I'm always looking for people who can do that.
Yes,
so and just give me a call.
Yes, in any other language. We would love to have. I actually had a friend on, Sam Geffen, who was on my show. I broadcasted it from New Jersey. His brother decided not to take his medicines anymore.
Oh.
His high blood pressure medicine. And he actually passed because he wasn't on his high blood pressure medicine. But the reason I'm telling you is because he is his family lives in Jerusalem or in Ireland, not in Ireland, in Israel. And we tapped into Israel with that show because they wanted information broadcasted about saving lives and strokes.
Yes, I just want to mention that through the American Stroke Association and Sharon Bean, we met Nancy Magrini Cavallone, and she's now a member of our board, and she suffered a stroke.
Yes, and we all suffered it at young ages.
Yes.
We're not like
and we had Josh.
Yep, Josh as well.
And Stacey
Josh
Kaplan.
came through Ann. Ann is our partner as well.
Yes, and Stacey Kaplan.
Yep. So we this journey.
And Bobby suffered several strokes.
Yeah, Bobby suffered 3 strokes last year. But this journey has really, that's what I said in the email, that the best thing about the work we're doing is all the people and friends that we make along the way.
It's a huge family.
Oh my God, it's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger.
We may need Shea Stadium or something bigger to get together.
Yankee Stadium. I always said I want to live it, but I'll do it at any stadium. It doesn't matter to me. Jim, what time is it?
9:49.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we weren't running out of time. So, we, in reminiscing, I want Jim to show some photos. I actually made our foundation made Jim a pillow. I don't know if everybody could see it.
Oh, yeah.
But, this was our last telethon. This is a great photo because what I love about this photo is the smiles on our faces. This was the end. And we were so... I
think that's the first time I got out of my chair to go over to that picture.
Yes.
In 6 hours.
Yes, 6 hours.
Oh my God.
6 hours of intense sitting there without eating. We had to bring him food. I mean, he would not get up. But, this really showcases the emotions that... And to me, like, I just love when we just accomplish something. We're just so happy. But show the other photos. Do you know which? I think the one in orange. Put the one in orange up. The one that I'm wearing orange, that was our 2015 telethon. Hi. That's our 2015 telethon. So, Madhouse TV, Tommy and Janine were just angels, to help us. Tommy was the MC. I usually don't get too emotional, but when that was done and everybody was sitting in their chairs and I was singing, what was I singing? The song by Celine Dion. I forget the name of it.
I don't recall.
I forget what the name of it is, but I started to cry because
it's an emotional experience.
Well, it had been years that I have been visualizing putting on a telethon. And even though every year we grow and we get bigger, just like the American Idol, when I look at their first broadcast was, with curtains done in a hotel and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we are going to get to that place.
Jerry Lewis used to cry at points in the telethon. Yeah. He was so emotional.
And the truth is that I was very emotional. I was so... it was a point where we were done and we could cry, but the back end work that Tommy and Janine and Bobby and Judy and everybody that was involved, and Sharon Bean and everybody that was involved with that telethon, because this was our first one. We, the second one, the third one, they get easier because you have a template, you just fill it in.
That's right.
But this was I was working and I was getting up at 2 a.m. to work on the telethon before I went to work to make sure, because I had deadlines I had to meet. So I was crying. I was crying. The next one, I have the leopard dress on. That's from 2016, and that was a great show because that was a show where we did a lot of inspirational songs. We sang "We Are the World," which to me is that's what this foundation is about.
Yes.
And that's what our lives are about. We are the world. We sang Day by Day and we sang I Believe in Music. And and music is just so reverent and lifts your souls. The next one is the one at the one I'm in red on a white coat. That's from the Mousetrap Cafe with the Madhouse TV team. We did one at that. So and then did I send this one too? Did I send that photo too? No, but we have this one.
Well, we got the pillow.
So that was our third, and this was our fourth. This with Jim and the team here who were gracious, and we connected with Jim because Evan had invited us on. So, and Evan was also from Madhouse TV. It really is humbling to think where we are in our lives, in our mission, because this is a mission. We're on a crusade. We would love for anyone that wants to partner with us to please contact us. We are doing wonderful things. We are, like I said before, we're starting our Lift Our Voices to go to rehabs and to places to sing, go room to room to sing to those that can't leave their room. We're beginning to book
we've got some
recovery centers.
Yes.
We are doing with the new life's next chapter. Marlon we just spoke yesterday. I performed I performed for Marlon's rehab, Barnet Rehab, which was where my grandfather Kakaya used to work, so you know. And Marlon has our second Stroke of Luck college seminar and event booking right now. So I mean, we are really making leaps and bounds. We have this show. I'm writing my next book. I'm putting together my show, Unconditional Love Tour, which portion of the proceeds will go to this foundation. So we are making a difference. We are making a difference, and we are impacting everyone's lives. We hope that we're impacting your life in a hopeful way and bringing love and joy into your life. So, Judy, why don't you give them what our next shows are going to be?
Well, next Sunday, February 3rd, we have special guest Leanne Baum. And the show is about beauty and health. And Leanne is the daughter of Phyllis, of my cameo sister, Phyllis Pinard. And that should be a really great show.
Oh my God! You know, you have to feel. You have to surround yourself with beauty to feel. Better. And my long-term vision is to bring someone who does hair to
she has
our
beauty
rehab,
products.
or maybe at our legacy, we'll have a beauty salon there that they can come in and get their hair done and get their, just make them feel vibrant.
And Leanne is involved in many pageants and has won several. I don't have the titles because I left at home. But the week after that, February 10th, we have Stephen, who had 2 strokes in one morning and drove his car. I mentioned him earlier. And Teresa St. Francis is going to be back on February 17th. And on February 24th, Sierra Lisa Bender.
Wait, I got to tell you about Sierra. Sierra and I, as a matter of fact, I'm not sure, I have to research this, but that photo of me diving for the ball of my extra innings, Lisa could have been the shortstop. I'm not sure.
You mean?
Because, no, Lisa was the pitcher.
Oh, okay.
Lisa was a pitcher. So Lisa and I go back many years.
So she goes by the name Lisa or Sierra?
Well, I know her by Lisa, but her name is Sierra now. Sierra. And
that's amazing.
Yes, and she has done some wonderful, empowering women to give you the power back and to really love yourself and trust in yourself. I cannot wait to have her
she's the
on
author
the show.
of Book Camp for Goddesses.
Yep. So she's going to be Skyping in because she's down in Florida and she's open to center. We are so happy to have her on the show. Sierra, I cannot wait.
And then Sunday, March 3rd, we've got Venice Mule Glass from Sunshine Physical Therapy talking about her grandmother and her dad's strokes.
Yep.
And then on the 10th, Doreen Guma from Time to Play Foundation.
Yeah.
And I've got 2 dates that I'm holding. I'll announce possibly next week. And then we've got Patricia Summerlin on March 31st.
Yes, Patricia Summerlin is, she's an actress. Let me just see. She is a sunny girl, California glow girl. She's an actress, model, motivational speaker, and now she's an author. And we're really honored to have her Skyping in from California as well. Because, we all have our stories. Jim, is Pamela here? Okay. So I just don't want to disrespect. But so we've had so many wonderful things going on, but we are moving on.
Yes,
we are
moving
on, and I'm writing a song. I'm in the process of writing a song. Like, let's go. I want to take everybody with me to really to the next level. And we're so honored and privileged. And we want to give thanks to all of you for your support, for the love, for the prayers, for everything that you've brought to our lives. You've given to us so much more than we could ever share or ever bring to you. We're gifted. We're gifted and blessed. So, do you have any final thoughts?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
That's Judy's husband. He's an Elvis impersonator. He sings on the telethon too. So next week we begin with the shows again. It was kind of, we were off for 2 weeks because of the weather, and it really was a well-needed sabbatical for me because I was really sick over the holidays, and for me to really rest and really take care of myself, which is, God's way to say, Renee, sit down, rest,
Not
sleep.
easy for you to do
I
that.
know, I know. But we have to listen to our guardian angels around us. So I think that's it. Let me see. Let me just look at our list. And that is all we have to talk about today. Jim, we're ready, right? For the telethon?
Oh, we're ready.
We're ready? We are so excited.
I got
we
my
are
padded pants all ready to sit on.
The other thing, we would like to welcome... two more things before we go. I said that there's an invitation for someone or two people to perform on our show. We would love to have a rising artist who would like this showcase, this platform, to be a part of our telethon. Maybe you could get a sponsor to help you to be a part of the telethon. But that's secondary. We wanna support rising artists. Because last night when I was sitting in the Carnegie Hall Theater thinking, I want to do that.
Yes, you should.
I want to be there. So this is the opportunity for you, if you're watching us, or if you have a longing to sing wherever wherever you can, because that's what artists have to do. Just keep going and keep showing up. We would love to hear from you. So email us. Our show website is www.ReneMarie@strokeoflucktv.com, and you can email me at ReneMarie languageoflove.gmail@gmail.com.
Yes.
So please connect with us or connect with us via Facebook. The other thing is, really quick, because I believe Pamela's here, is that we want to invite stroke groups to be here in the studio live with us.
So please contact me.
Right. So you could, so Miss Connecticut could really, share her guidance and really get a feel for, there is hope, and really we just really want to join everybody with us. So if there's a stroke group out there that wants to be a part of the telethon and be on the telethon, or maybe if you want to be in your own recovery center and you want to Skype in or you want to Facebook in with us, we're open for that. We actually are in the midst of working with 3 or 4 states that we would love to Skype in to the telethon, because don't forget, our mission is to have every state and every country eventually Skype in and be a part of our telethon. So with that, we have to go because we don't want to disrespect Pamela. Her show is on next. What's it called, Jim?
The Justice Hour.
The Justice Hour is on next, and please tune in. Pamela is a wonderful person, and she has wonderful information. I'm not sure of her guest today. Do you know her guest today, Jim?
I do not.
Okay.
A singer.
A singer? I always throw people off the I always ask,
That was great. I don't know anything.
Don't think it's their fault. It's me thinking like, let me just try to
Let me add something.
Okay, thank you so much. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Let's blow our kisses, Judy. Bye, everybody. God bless.
Bye.
See you
Have
next
a great
week.
day.
Have a stroke of luck.
Mi amor, yo no entiendo por qué tú ni más de nadie sabe qué pasó en mi vida.
this broken soul. I'm always a giver, but I'll never know. And I'm just this lonely man, alone on the river with my heart in my hand. The conversation, they're all dead. The lines cut off inside my head. I left here like a broken man, with no idea of where I stand. Oh, my mind clear. Oh, I shed my tears. Oh, now baby, I was just waiting here while you moved on. This tattered soul is something I've always wanted to know. This whole sense of security, this newfound freedom you kept from me. The sound of all your loaded gun, this outbreak war has just begun. The sound of all your loaded gun, this broken man has already won. Oh.